Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I am cubing today and I'm actually gonna do something different than I thought. So in this video I'm actually going to teach you guys how to solve the 4x4. Now this is a big cube. It's bigger than the 2x2 and the 3x3. You must probably be wondering why I didn't do a 2x2 video yet. I will probably do one just to explain basically how you can solve it, but not any tutorials like teaching you better methods and stuff. Since I only started about 2 months ago, I'm not really that good at it yet. So as you can see, the difference between the 4x4 and the, well, let's take one that's almost the same, 3x3 is that this one has 3 blocks by 3x3, this one is 4x4x4. Now you might think, okay, it might be easy, or you might think, okay, this is probably going to be a lot harder. Well, it's new and it's fun, but after this cube it gets there are bit you have to learn more for the 5x5, 6 and 7, and then from then on you can solve basically any cube. Like this size, like sizes 3 by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 17, doesn't matter. Now so I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna use these two cubes in this video. So I'm gonna start off by scrambling this one. Okay, well, actually though, let's start like this. Okay, so the method I'm gonna teach you guys is called the reduction method. Now basically, you know what the word reduce mean, it's making it less. So we're going to turn this cube into something that looks basically like this. Just hold on. Okay, as you see, I've kind of scrambled it. I've scrambled it a bit, like, so I haven't used this layers like to scramble it. So you can still see these. So these are the corners. There are still 8 corners on the cube. Okay. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there are still the edges. There are more edge pieces. So here's, instead of being one edge piece, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 24 edges, little edge pieces, like one little edge piece. And this is called an edge pair. As you can see, these colors don't match up correctly, so all of these are still solved edge pairs since I didn't mix it that well. Now these are the centers, so they are exactly the same as on this cube. One, so we have white, red, green, orange, blue, and yellow. Now the only difference is that this cube is made of 2x2 instead of just one centerpiece. Now so this is basically what our final step is going to be, turning this cube into a 3x3. So we're going to reduce it to a 3x3, whereas we can then use these pieces exactly the same. And now I'm putting in my, where's that green piece now? My edges for the cross. Solving the F12 pairs. I'm just doing my method of solving F12 pairs now, sorry. Solving. Then we get to OLL, which I'll do my case for. And then we get to PLL. And that's how you solve the cube. But that is the last step. So the first, so now that was the mix up, how you mix it up in a 3x3 manner, I'd call it. Now we're using 2 layers to scramble the cube. Now also let me just actually go through all the notation, since that has changed a bit from 3x3 to 4x4. So let's just see. Okay, so I've got the scrambled cube here now. Just get the right lighting over here. Okay, so it's basically scrambled now. Now the notation works almost the same. So this will be an R, exactly like this, an R, L, you know how it works. R, L, U, D, B, F, M would be this way, but with 2 layers now for that. But okay, so this is gonna be R. So instead of this is now M prime. So well, let's make it M. So M is this way. And M will be this way now, all those 2 layers. Well, actually, well, It should be okay. Yeah, let's just go on. So now this layer, only this layer, is now it's in the order in the clockwise direction, so it's still an R. Now, but this is a little r. Instead of being a little r being double layers on this cube, this is a little r, right? Okay, makes sense. Little r, but you don't use that often. I don't think you actually use it anyway. Well, you do use it, but not that much. And on this side, this will be well, a little r would be this way, and little r prime that way. Easy, simple, same. So little u would be that. Now that's how you write it, and then that would be little u prime. Now for if you're turning two layers, now it'd be basically half the cube. This would be a u with a little w next to it. There are different notations, just saying, but this is the one that you use in WCA, so it's the ones I stick with. So this would be u wide, uw for RW for R wide, LW for L wide. And that's just how we do orientation. Now for algorithms that use three layers, I don't actually know what that is called. We don't really use it because it just, yeah, doesn't matter. So let's get on. So the first step we're going to do is building all these sensors. But now the problem is there's no fixed sensor. So I could literally build, let me just give you an example. Don't need to learn what, no need to understand what I'm doing now, but I'm just going to give you guys an example. I can put the white and the yellow sensor next to it, which shouldn't be like that. As you can see, white and yellow. So the thing is that if you put the sensors incorrectly, which is really possible, I'd know that yellow and red is opposite colors. Sorry, orange and red, blue and green, and white and yellow. But I don't know what is next to green if yellow is on top. You see, so that's why if you ever get stuck, use a corner and place that so you've built the white sensor so you can see which way it goes. But now we're gonna start by using white because we all solve on white. Being color neutral would be a good thing on this cube. It might be a bit more difficult, but yeah. Now let's start. So the first thing we're gonna try and do is build a 1 by 2 line. So it would be 1 by 2 by nothing line, white line. So this will take some getting used to. So you can use all the outer layers. These are the outer layers, these are the inner layers, and these are double layers. Now we can use all the outer layers, and you see that does nothing to the centerpiece, except if I use this one it turns it. So I can't put this piece next to it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it next to it so I can bring it down and match this up. If it's here, you might be able to see that this won't match up, so you need it next to it. So you have one line. Now you put that on the top, and you find the other one, there it is, and the matching one should be back there. So now I want to put it in here. Now, so I'm going to bring it to this line first. So just bring it into this top slice, bring it here so I can nicely see them both. Now if I slice it through, it will end up there, you see, so that doesn't work. Also, don't use this layers. I've had friends doing that, and that makes everything harder. Use double layers. It isn't messing anything up yet. I will tell you when you shouldn't use double layers. So I can just do a simple R move, and that will change the orientation, the position of this center piece, and then I can move it there, and then it's a line. Now you can easily just insert it, make sure that it's like that, so you don't break the line. I don't have a nice word for it, but just put it up next to it without breaking up any of the pieces. Yeah, so now I have white center. Now obviously you know yellow is opposite of white, so you're gonna put the yellow center on the top. So you have a line, luckily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up in the top layer. Now this is complicated. This is a little algorithm you need to learn. So you can't put it up there without messing up this bottom. So what we're going to do is this little algorithm. I guess if you turn this the other way, you can do it on the right hand side. So I'm going to do it on the right hand side. It can be done on the left, just mirror what I'm doing. So you do or R wide, U2, R wide prime, which basically puts this line in the top, breaks this, then moves this out of the way, brings your line back. So you have one line there now. Good, nice. Now we're going to build the other two. We're going to build another 1 by 2 bar with the other yellow sensor pieces, and they are right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the right position, so when I slice through they are matched up. Now I'm going to do the same as I did before. Bring it up, not match U2, and bring it down. But now you see this happens. So what you gotta do is just, I'm gonna reverse that. Actually exactly the same, but still. Now you put the line but right above it. So you see this is right above the line. Might confuse you. What? Oh well, no, never mind. Okay, so these two lines right above. So when you put this, so you're hiding this one now, breaking this, putting this one in the top. Now you're gonna turn it out of the way, solve this one again, and then at the same time bring this one back. Okay, so the algorithm for this one is exactly the same, just have the line right above it, r wide u2 r wide prime, and that solves the two sensors. Now you have two sensors, and as you check, they are correct on the correct spots. Now we're going on to the next step, which will be building all of these sensors. Now you can turn your cube holding the either any color, any solved one, white or yellow, on the left hand side. I do white since that will help in a later method that I will teach. But for now, also I keep it on this side. It just makes it easier, because if you have it this way around and you do your sensors, you will get mixed up. So decide now, yellow or white, and put that on your left. Okay, now what we're going to do is do exactly the same thing, make 1x2 lines. But now this time, if you have one, for example, by default, which is a good chance since there are only that amount of pieces left, make it vertical so that you don't mess it up, because now we're going to be using turns like this. Okay, and also just outer layer turns, because as you see, if you do double layer turns now, you will mess up the sensors. But now you're free to actually do any outer layer turns, and you won't mess up any of the two sensor pieces. And as you see, they are still completed, which is a good thing. So we have this line, we're going to make it vertical, and now we're going to build the other blue one, so since it's easy. So I'm gonna put this piece up next to this one. So I'm going to, if I move this one up, it will be over there. So I need to put the other blue one there, and I can just do that with the U2. So I'm doing awkward moves now since I don't want you guys to get confused. So just do a U2 to put it in the back. Then you're going to bring this one up to match it, and now we have this one, make it vertical, and we're going to combine it. Now we have the blue center done. Now I don't know my color scheme that well either, so what I do now is I see a corner with white on, and I'm going to insert that there. As you see, white's now correct and blue. So in the end, this corner will be here, but obviously for now it won't. So we know red will come here, as you see, blue and red. So we're going to build the orange center next. So it's obviously going to be here, opposite of red. So what I'm going to do, orange here, so we have one orange block, and the rest of them are all actually in the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do basically that same algorithm, and I'm going to move this line over to all two of these pieces into this slot here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do R wide prime. So putting this up here, basically I could do that with my left hand as well, but you know, R wide prime, U2, R wide, and that brings up this line without messing up your blue center. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to insert this line over here by doing, actually I can make this red one vertical, all of them vertical, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert that here. So you can do the same thing that I did in the previous one. So we could do, there's different ways you could do this actually. You could do L wide F2 L wide prime, or you could do R wide U2 R wide prime. Just experiment with these algorithms, guys, because then you'll see what the pieces do, what the difference is of all the algorithms that I'm showing you. You could do U2 and then R wide prime U2 there, F2 sorry. You can make it a U2, or you could do all wide prime U2 all wide. So yeah, anyway, then you put this on the left, because we're working mostly with the right. So if you have a solved pair, well, if I have a 1x2 bar, put it on the bottom here. And now we're just going to find the other piece, which is back there, take it out by R prime or wide prime, U prime, and R wide. We could do U too, but doesn't matter for one piece, as long as you take it out of this line of movement. And now we're going to turn it so I can match this up. R wide, U, R wide prime. So just make sure you always fix the centers you've already done. And now to insert this, you do R wide, U to R wide prime. And as you can see, if we get that corner again, here it is. And we put in blue here, red will go there. Let's find one with both these colors on. Go. And as you see, blue is correct, white and orange. Now I'd know that if this is orange, this can't be red. It must be either blue or green, and blue is already solved, so this one must be green. And now we have a weird case here. As you see, it's like a checkerboard thing, which isn't really nice to work with. But yeah, so green will come here. So now basically, mostly if you solve a center, put it on the bottom and on the back, so that you have, when you're with the last two, that you work with them on the front here, not like this weird where you can actually only see something useful on the top layer. It's really easy to see what you have to do. So since we're working with green, I'm going to put this green line down here. So as I said, there's different amount of ways you can do this. R wide, F to R wide prime, R wide, U to R wide prime, which I'm going to use. And I'm just going to turn this so the bar is on the left, so I work with this way. And now it's pretty simple. Now we have two pieces left. Now the fastest way you can do this is by actually matching these two up and then inserting them directly. So you're actually only worrying about solving 5 centers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, because then automatically the last one must be solved. I don't think of it that way. If you think about it differently, then you obviously solve a bit differently. So I'm going to think of only solving the green. So what I do is I'd match up the green pieces, and just since I have already completed other centers, take it out the way so I can undo it, and then bring it up so I can bring the slot up, basically put the green in and down. Also a different way you can do it is, which actually the better one, is just solving them and putting them back into this line that has to go down anyway. So this line has to go up, so it has to come back down. So why not put the green in directly, and then you bring that down and it solves that center. Now that should have solved all these centers. So I'm just going to put in all the corners. You only need to put in one. If you're really not sure if you know your color scheme that well at all, you can. And all of my corners are correct, they can't be wrong. And so my centers are correct. Now that was how you solve these centers. So I want to go on showing you guys how to do the edges, but I think I'll leave that for the next video. And then I'll also do in that video solving the 3x3 stage and parity, which is something fun that I'll quickly actually show you. I'm just going to, I'm going to show you parity, guys. So I'll be right back to show you, just showing you some parity, because it's really fun. So I just want to show you quickly. Okay guys, so this is parity. Now you see, hopefully you should know that on a 3x3, you can have either, no, never mind the corners, you can either have 2 edges correct and 2 wrong. You can have, yeah, okay, that's the exact same. You can have 0 correct, you can have 2 correct, you can either have 2 correct, or none correct. You can never have 3, so, or 1. Now this you have 1, which is kind of weird. It's called parity because it's basically a mistake, but not actually, since we are going to think of the cube as a 3x3, but later, more of that later. But basically this is really interesting, but you'll notice it before OLL is actually done. But yeah, so it's actually really interesting to see. And then there's this long algorithm to actually solve it, and then yeah, you can see we can go on. And then we also have one for PLL. Now I don't know if I actually have one to solve. Yes, I do actually. So I'm just going to solve this as much as I physically can without parity. So parity, now we have 2 of them correct, which is also wrong. So then we have another parity algorithm for that. And yeah, so more of that though later. So that means you do have to know how to solve a 3x3 before you can learn how to solve a 4x4, but that should be common sense since it is a bigger cube. You don't need to be able to solve a 2x2 though to solve a 3x3, but that you should also know since we can solve a 3x3. And yeah, so basically that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and leave a like down below and comments and ask any questions, because I might have not gone through everything, but you should be able to figure out. I believe in you guys. I was really excited when my 4x4 came. I think this was the first cube I actually ordered, and this is a I'm not exactly sure about the name. It's a long name. I'll do it in my cube review video. This is a Moyu cube. It's a really nice cube, and yeah, I like it. So guys, thanks for watching again, and I will be making more 4x4 videos. If you guys want to really want to see those, just comment below and say what's on your mind. Just ask me questions if you don't get stuff, and I'll do the edges video really soon, definitely before the 10th of January, and that will be out. So bye guys, see you next time.